Hi everyone, welcome back to Daily Endeavours for Monday the 18th of August. I'm Jackson. As always, timecodes in the description if you want to skip stuff, you know how it is. 15 seals. This set, it's okay. I wouldn't do this one or this one. I'd choose these three. I don't think this one's too bad, but yeah, definitely skip this one. I feel like there's a catch-22 to this one here. And the reason I said that is 1,000 award medals in Battlegrounds. If you want to know how to get medals, if you go to the Help tab up the top here, or press F1, and you type in medal, it'll list all the medal types and how to acquire them. Now, to get 1,000 medals quickly requires you to have some substantial knowledge of PvP to do it reliably. You know, you could just get into a really good group, but that's not on you. Relying on other players is not a great thing. You know, you could get a really inexperienced group, and it could be a nightmare. That being said, if you're able to do this reliably, you are probably able to reliably do these ones here instead, which are much faster naturally, because you don't have to wait all that time for a battleground. Waiting for like a bunch of players for a battleground, whereas you can do these ones here on your own. It's like I don't really see any reason to do this if you're not good at battlegrounds, and I don't see this any reason to do it aside from if you enjoy battlegrounds, to do it if you're good, because if you're good here, you are good here basically as well, and in that case these are faster. Alright, so also fair warning, my ping keeps spiking to like 500, so this might be a little bit weird, but we'll see how we go. So poisons first. I want to talk about this one. Each weapon skill and light and heavy attack from weapons has a 20% chance to apply a poison. Now, because there are weapon skills that cover a large area and you can spam them every second, there is a quick way to do this by stacking a bunch of enemies at once, like for example these wasps here, arming myself with a poison, and then using an AoE skill and spamming it a bunch of times to fire it off. God, it's really bad. Okay, there we go. So I got I fired one off there. Okay, yeah, this fucking lags really bad. So, yeah, that fire went off there. It came off pretty quick, but the issue is I can't just fire it over and over. I have to wait for that 10-second cooldown. So what I advise you do is just find multiple groups of enemies. Public dungeons or the group delves in Craglorn or dungeons, those sorts of things work really well. Scourge is also really good. Basically just anywhere where you can find tons of enemies. So, you know, public dungeons like Forgotten Crypt or Crow's Wood. Or the best thing, I think, the best case scenario is to use a house that has like a bunch of target skeletons in a small area, so you can AoE all the skeletons at once. Because that way you don't have to keep moving around when shit dies. You can just keep using the skeletons over and over. So you can just like sit in one spot and activate something like Blade Cloak, because this just pulses every few seconds. And yeah, it does the work for you. You don't even have to move in that case, or you don't even have to do any work yourself in that case. You can kind of just go for a cup of tea or some shit while it does it. So you can kind of automate this, but getting your hands on your own target skeletons is quite expensive. So yeah, whether you can do that naturally is another thing. So if you need poisons, in the daily rewards, oh yeah, they're already armed, are the monthly rewards. This is probably one of the few monthly rewards I don't think you get any poisons, but normally the monthly rewards, you get like stacks worth of poisons over time. So my advice is just, in your bank, just leave a stack of the crown lethal poisons when you get them, and whenever this endeavor comes up, just bring them out, use them, and then put them back in. Because yeah, you'll get lots and lots of these things. If you don't have access to these, my advice is to buy some. So any alchemist in the game sells these ones here. Now the only thing I need to say is the hindering poisons don't work on target skeletons. Everything else doesn't really matter. So yeah, just buy one of these. You can buy the hindering poison 9. You have to be max level for this, but the lower level you are, the cheaper they'll be in here, because you're getting like a weaker version. So I think they're only like 10 gold a piece if you want to spend less gold. But if not, just look at guild stores for the max level one. because people sell these things for like 5 gold a piece, so it's just much cheaper than getting them here. But that is a little bit of work running around trying to find some stuff in guild stores. But yeah, that's what I'd recommend. But if you can't find anything, yeah, this is your last resort. So you can buy as many as you need. So you just need 10. So it's like half a grand. That's all you need, really. But just before I get into the harvesting from the world, while you're doing the harvesting from the world, if you see like a group of enemies, just put your poisons on both bars. Use something like Blade Cloak and Wall of Fire, because AoE ground abilities are good too. Use these, and so whenever you're moving around, you can just find a group of these things. Oh yeah, I've got one off by default there. But yeah, just group them all together. Use your AoEs and just wait for the cooldown. And then, yeah, you can just get them working. That's like a way in the wild. You can just start firing off those poisons. Oh my god, this is so laggy. I can't even swap bars. Alright, one more thing. With poisons, I have an add-on that I suggest you look at least. It's a bit finicky. It's called Poison Tracker. This one here. If you get this, there's like a thing you need to go through. You need to adjust it in the like setting, or like the notepad files that you get with it. And you have to change a value. On the ESO UI page for this add-on, in the comments you'll see someone has explained what you need to do to get it to work, because otherwise it doesn't work properly. But if you do that, it does work. It just, yeah, I think it only works with like specific poisons. The crown ones, I believe, is the only one I've seen it work with. But you can use that, because what it'll do is like show you the cooldown. Because right now, the cooldown, like there's no other way to like check or know what the cooldown is currently, other than just like by like trying to remember it whenever it fires. So yeah, I prefer something else to know when exactly it's gonna be active again, because otherwise you're just second guessing. Alright, so now let's talk about the harvesting from the world. So there's almost everything within the overland works with this, with only exceptions of chests and thieves' troves, and insects as well. So if you see like flesh fly larvae, or like flesh fly swarms, or butterflies, or wasps, or torch bugs, they don't count. So just don't worry about them. Everything else though is fair game. So things like mushrooms, clothing plants, wood, like logs of wood, blacksmithing ores, all that sorts of stuff works fine. So you can't really go wrong with this one by just picking a zone and just walking. Are you serious? Okay. Walking in a straight line. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry. So just like walking in a straight line until you find some resources, because they're usually everywhere. Yeah, just run around, keep looking for resources. And yeah, if you can't see anything, just maybe change zones. Craglorn is the best bet for this, because 1, it is full of resources, and 2, also when you farm some of these resources you get Nerncrocs, which are a very valuable resource. They're trait items that give you good weapon traits, and they sell for a lot, especially the potent Nerncrocs. The only issue is this is usually where everybody else is as well, and that means this place is usually quite crowded. Especially right now with the weekly being harvesting from the world, you still got a golden pursuit to do 250 resources from the world, which is a fucking lot. Yeah, nothing really wrong with just picking one of the older zones or like a large zone. Just running around looking for everything you can find and getting it done. You can also make a case for like lakesides. You get lots of the water hyacinth and nernroot, and also the pure water springs. Alright, so surveys, which come from crafting writs, like this Clothier survey, for example, these give you 6 instance nodes. So instance means that if someone else comes here and they don't have the survey, these will be invisible to them. And your like versions of this survey are like not collectible by anyone. So these are just yours. So 2 surveys can make this really easy, because can just go to these places, and they're just reserved for you. And it means that you can just get 8 out of 8 items done. So if you still need to do the survey report part of the Golden Pursuit, I still suggest it because it's 5 RIT vouchers. That's worth it. Other than that, though, just maybe don't use it if it's your last survey or two, because sometimes survey endeavors come up. And yes, you will probably take a little bit more time doing this without a survey right now, but if you don't have a survey when that survey endeavor comes up, you can't do it. So it's just, I know what I'd rather choose in that case. Alright, so next up we've got Clockwork foes. So Fabricants. There's 3 places I suggest you use for this. My personal pick is Halls of Fabrication in Vardenfell. It's free, it's available to everyone, and you don't even have to come and unlock this dungeon or this trial. It's available to you straight away, just like the White Gold Tower and all that stuff. So very easy to access, very easy to use. Just or maybe not very easy to use. The enemies are they're tanky. They do a little bit of damage, but just like basically Vigor will keep you alive in here. But yeah, there's a lot of enemies, and they are damage sponges. So you just need to have a lot of sustain, basically. The other 2 options, one of them is the DLC, Clockwork City. This is kind of the main place you'll find your Fabricants, especially along the Oil River. That's what I find is the most reliable place for just lots of them. But they're in groups of 2 or 1. So yeah, you will have to run around a bit. The other place I suggest looking at, if you don't have Clockwork City but you have Telvanni or you have Necrom, look in Apocrypha in the Disquiet Study. Around the center area, or not center, center north-ish, there are Verminous Fabricants, and they count as well. And there should be enough for 5. But if someone goes through, they will kill them and you'll have to wait for them to respawn. The same thing with Clockwork City. If you kill the ones in the overland there, you might have to wait for them to respawn. Whereas this here, the reason I like it is nobody else can actually stop these things from... nobody else can kill them if you're not in a group with anyone. You can come in here and they'll always be up ready for you. So it just means you're spending less time on other stuff. Oh god, I'm still lagging. Alright, we'll give this a try. I might die here though. Just on basis that I can't cast any skills. Alright, so ignore the big guy. Worry about the little ones. They're the ones who are going to die much quicker. And yeah, just remember while you're doing this, just keep your weapon skills up to proc your poisons, because you'll probably fire a bunch at once. There you go. And we did the other endeavor while we did that, so that's good. Okay, so we've done those endeavors, all clear. So what I'll do is I'll just let this guy kills me. Otherwise, I'm waiting ages. Okay, so probably could have killed him before that. Right, so now just revive at Wayshrine. You'll be out, and now you can just go to the exit over here. And when you do this, it takes you back to where you were. So yeah, you can see we're in Alakir Desert now. So wherever you came in from a Wayshrine, it also is just really convenient because it takes you back. Alright, last of the 4 viable options is Visions in the Infinite Archive. You receive these from cycle bosses, which you have to beat 2 stages in order to reach. It takes about 5 or 10 minutes to get through each of them, just depending on how much damage your build does. It doesn't take a lot to survive in here, but it does take quite a bit to make sure your damage is not terrible. Infinite Archive can be found in Apocrypha. Though you don't need the DLC in order to access this, it's completely base game, so everybody has access to this. I still would recommend the other options though, just on the basis that they are quicker. Because yeah, getting to 2 cycle bosses takes a while. That being said, you do get archival fortunes, which, depending on how you value want to play, could be useful to you. But it's only 400. It's not a lot. Right, so you can get a quest for Infinite Archive, but you will not complete this quest if you just want 2 visions. You'll have to get 4 visions and get to Thoite, which takes much longer. It takes 30 or 40 minutes usually. Alright, so starting off, we begin on stage 1. So you need to complete this stage. There'll be 3 waves of enemies. The 3rd wave will have like a tougher enemy. Then you literally repeat this another time. 3 waves, and then 1 wave likely with a tougher enemy, and then you'll get your cycle boss. Defeating the cycle boss gives you a vision. Just 1, so you have to do that twice. Right, so my rule of thumb here, always start with the melee enemy. Oh, sorry. Always start with the ranged enemy, because what will happen is the melee enemies will come to you anyway. So this just allows you to stack all the enemies in one spot. In some cases, you'll get a lot of ranged enemies, so what you can do here, if you want to stack them all together, is go to like a corner like this. Okay, never mind. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why she didn't move there. But yeah, you can stack the enemies up by... it's basically line of sight, leashing them and forcing them to come around a corner to see you. Right, so here we got the tougher enemy here, this Ironclad. They do some annoying things, but I find killing all the little enemies to get them out of the way first is usually better. But there's some larger targets that I always prioritize, like the crow race, for example. Some of them can be painful. Alright, so now we get a verse. These are similar to visions, but they last 1 round, or last 1 stage, or cycle, or arc, or whatever. But they're usually much more powerful, much more temporarily powerful. So Tempest is great. I like to use damage ones in the early stages, because you don't need a lot of healing. So anything that gives you lots of damage is good. And Tempest is great for stages, which is up next, because it deals a bunch of damage to like a lot of enemies. Alright, so this is stage 2. It's literally the same thing, just a different mob of enemies. So I'll use this now. With a bit of luck, I'll have this for the 3rd wave. Because you can keep using it after you've used it once. You just have to wait for it to be off cooldown. Wait for the 3rd wave. What I'll do is I'll come over here to force everything into the same spot, basically. Yep. There we go. Fun. Alright, bring this guy back up. And there we go. Right, we get another verse. Now, Gilded Slight's not too bad. Yeah, we'll go Gilded Slight. That does damage too. The other one didn't, so I just don't prioritize it. So now we're up to the boss. The first boss is usually pretty chill. The second boss that you come across on the 2nd cycle might be a little bit more advanced. Maybe, maybe not. Some of them I find to be fucking pushovers. Some of them, like the Celestial Warrior, for example, fucking nightmare fuel. It's completely dependent on the boss that you face. Let me get some healing parts, some resource potions. Oh yeah, so there's the verse that we wanted to use. Why don't you cast it? There we go. Okay, yeah. I'm still lagging, so it's kind of looking a bit weird. I blocked that. Bull fucking shit. Okay. That's 1 cycle. You get a Muniment chest in the middle. Make sure you grab that. If you did get the shakedown one, make sure you collect the gold. Ooh, Venomous Jack. What trait? Iron Pen. Never mind. Visions. So here's one. So you collect this. It's just like a verse, except it lasts the whole run. And usually they're not as powerful as verses. Some of them, though, can be fucking busted. Some of them can be completely useless. Like, fire damage. I mean, of the damage taken ones, it's not as bad as some of the other ones. But, like, that's very situational. Like, you watch, the next waves I get will just be fucking other shit. Like, ice damage. So yeah, I would probably have... Wait, which one did I grab? I did grab it. They're really good if you can get those ones later, because you get a like a thing that lets you morph into like a big... It gives you... I don't know how to explain it. It gives you a powerful buff, basically. Makes you really powerful. But you have to go through a lot of Infinite Archive to get to that stage. And if you just want your visions for the Endeavor, you're not going to get to that point. Alright, I guess we get hags who do flame damage. That's something. This one over here. When hags get that... What the hell was that? Oh. Okay. Well, I guess this was a pretty decent buy. Temporal speed is okay. Makes us pretty quick. Right, last stage, and then we get our last vision. So, bit of lag there. Again, just stack on the ranged enemy. Melee enemies will come to us. Use our speed to move around quick. Are there any arquebuses? I would like to check. Do arquebuses count? No, they don't. I remember they're in halls of fabrication, but yeah, they don't count as a... They're not a fabricant, so they don't count. So nothing in Infinite Archive, as far as I'm aware, counts as a Clockwork foe, unfortunately. Fucking heavy attacks galore, look at this shit. Glad I wasn't lagging then. Alright. Last first, what do we get? Fuck all. Yeah, here's the issue. Cycle bosses, you don't usually kill stuff, so these ones are not great. And, I mean, this one also requires you to kill something, so... Neither of them are probably going to be that useful in this fight. Maybe. I don't know if this guy spawns stuff or not. Pretty sure this is the boss from Gold Coast, is it not? The world boss. I'm pretty sure he's going to bring the house down. Yep. I assume... Oh, wow. There was no... Oh, God. Oh, God. He really is fucking bringing the house down. What the fuck? Okay, thank you for finally giving me a fucking second. Oh, he's doing it again. Great. Oh, God. I don't know if I'm lagging or if that actually hit me. I don't know. Okay. Thank fuck it didn't lag much there. I would have been screwed. Alright, so there's the Muniment chest. There's the second vision. We're done here. Prickly Retort. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Basically, quit hitting yourself. Heavy attacks. Yeah, this is the one we... the other one I got. I probably should have got that. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's go whatever. So at this point, you don't need to go any further. But in order to get out of here, you need to go through the portal. Whenever you want to leave, you go to the next stage. Whenever you enter this circle or start the boss, that's when it starts. So instead, go to the Infinite Archive Index. This is what takes you back out. So go back to the start, and then this is the portal that brings you out. And if you get to a cycle boss and you just can't beat it, it's just so obnoxious. Like there's a dragon that as soon as I see it, I'm like, nah, I nope out. Because it's like the most obnoxious enemy. Because it just like one-shots you. This thing here resets the whole place. So if you hit this, it'll remove you from area, and when you come back in, it'll completely reset. So you'll be on stage 1, boss 1. So yeah, if you find a boss is just too much and you just don't want to bother with it, just use that to reset the place. Because it's quicker than other methods of resetting. They can take a while. Okay, that's everything. If you have any questions, just let me know. But yeah, maintenance soon, so I can't stay on for much longer. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time. Take care for now.